Morning, everybody, and welcome to the September 19th issue of the Tucson Mortgage Weekly. I'm Todd Abelson. Thank you very much for tuning in for your 3-minute video. Okay, first of all, last week, what happened? Well, suddenly there was a specter of inflation that raised its head with the consumer price index. At the wholesale level, it seemed pretty calm, but at the consumer level, it jumped up to a level that was at the high end of the Fed's comfort range, hitting 2%. And what that means is that what we're seeing at the consumer basis is very, very high. And when you connect that up with what's going on with unemployment, these are bad numbers. The big problem with inflation is once it hits, it takes over pretty quickly. So the Fed is really going to be vigilant as to what's going on, regardless of what they said about an accommodative policy. If they see it starting to really creep in, they're going to jump on it really fast. So ultimately, keep your eyes open for that. What's going on this morning? Well, continued worries about the Greek economy in Europe. There is still no clear resolution, and problems like that don't go away. They actually get worse. So ultimately, there's a lot of fear, and right now we're seeing some improvement in rates this morning as the markets are, again, a bit of flight to safety. Now, back to this week, what's going on? Well, there's 2 reports coming out of importance, but not critical. There was housing starts and existing home sales comes out Tuesday and Wednesday. But back to that concern about inflation, the Feds are announcing the minutes of their monetary policy and interest rate decision on Wednesday at 2:15 Eastern. Now, here's the concern back to inflation. If they start feeling that there's going to be some numbers that are uncomfortable, we could see some change in their stance. So, again, while I don't suspect they're going to raise short-term rates, we need to see what they say on that. So be very careful and cautious and keep your ears open for that report that's coming out. Okay, that said, a couple of things happening October 1st. I put it on my blog site. Please, I want to draw your attention to it again. Number 1, VA funding fee. The federal government has lowered, good news, lowered the funding fee on VA loans effective with anything that closes October 1st, and that's because the level of delinquencies on VA loans is actually down. So that's really great for military families. Okay, second, FHA. You may recall that a couple of years ago when all of this started, they artificially raised the limit on FHA loans to help people use that program. Well, that's going away October 1st, so here in Pima County and through most of Arizona, the loan level is going, the maximum loan amount is going down from $316 to $271. And that $45,000 is going to cut a few people out. But it's still a good program, but be aware that the loan amount is reduced. Okay, third, starting October 1st for commitments on USDA, the guarantee rate that the government is charging, the good news is that they're lowering the upfront of the guarantee, but they're also implementing a monthly. But it's a very small monthly, and although this situation now looks very similar to FHA as far as the concept, ultimately it's closer to a VA loan in that there's 0 down payment. So these are still very, very good loan programs to consider. So VA, FHA, USDA, government programs, great benefits. Check it out. Check the blog site for new information. Okay, personal order of advice, lock in your rates. Lock your rates. Anyway. Hopefully that got the message across. Listen, weather's great. Hopefully it's getting nice where you're at. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget again to check out the website, TucsonMortgages.com. I'm Todd Abelson. Make it a great week. Bye-bye.